Hello everyone, today we're going to look at Age of Mythology Retold. I've been playing this game for a few weeks now and I've been enjoying it a lot so far. I love the original version as well, and this version has lived up to the hype. I like playing co-op versus AI or comp stomp, as well as campaign and skirmishes against the computer, simply because I'm more of a casual player and I don't think I'm good enough to play against other people. Now one thing I notice is, one thing about the AI, they tend to struggle a little bit against walls, and this might be something you can take advantage of if you're struggling against them, especially in harder difficulties. It's kind of like a pathing exploit or something like that, so let's take a look. In this skirmish game, my base is constructed on an elevated plane with 3 entryways. I walled off the bottom 2 areas and then left the top one open, as you can see here. So then the AI just directly pathed towards the opening as it tries to invade my base. This could show that the AI may prefer attacking through unobstructed areas over destroying any defenses you build. Now I've reloaded the game to a previous checkpoint and I've walled off all 3 entryways. Since there are no more openings for the enemy, the AI is forced to destroy my defenses if it wishes to get towards my base. What this shows is that by walling off certain pathways and leaving others open, I could potentially influence where the enemy moves their troops. In the next clip, I wanted to see how I could manipulate the AI's movement of troops. I'm playing a level in the main campaign on Titan difficulty, and it involves me managing 2 bases separated by natural barriers. I try to wall up the left base so that the enemy attacks the right base. However, the computer is a little bit stubborn here and continues to attack my left side walls. In this situation, I wasn't able to effectively divert the enemy into where I wanted, so I needed to try another strategy. Now you may notice that I did use some cheats, so higher resources, quicker build times, spawn times, as well as giving vision throughout the entire map so that I can not have to worry about actually playing the game and just seeing the troop movement of the enemy as well. Since the first strategy didn't really work, I'm going to have to try something else. I know the enemy wants to attack the left side base, so I walled most of it off, but I also left a small opening, as you can see at the top up there. What this does is the computer will want to walk directly through that opening to attack my base, which allows me to focus my defenses there without worrying about them attacking other parts of the wall. This gives me a smaller area to defend, which is a lot easier than covering multiple entryways, especially if they do attack repetitively and relentlessly. Here's another level in the campaign. I've walled off most of my base and left an opening on the left side. That's where I'll want them to attack me. You can see the AI initially wanted to walk through the bottom area to attack, but quickly switched to the upper path when it realized I closed it off. Now they're walking, and unfortunately some of those forces did break apart from the group and started attacking the walls that I don't want them to attack, which isn't optimal. But at the same time, half of that army continued onto the left path, which is where I wanted them to go. So there is a little bit of confusion with the AI, so I'm going to need a few minutes here to take care of the enemy wave. What's going to happen is that after I defeat them, they'll eventually learn to only attack on that left side, which is what I was gunning for this entire time. You'll see that in tighter maps like this, if you build your walls too close to the enemy, they might start attacking randomly, which won't help the pathing of the army. You'll have to build your walls kind of strategically. I'm gonna let this clip play out for a little bit longer, and you can see how the red army pretty much falls into place and predictably only attacks from the left side, especially for essentially for the remainder of the game.
Entiorifer. Iniak. Ubea.
Inuit.
Bea. Iorifer. Bea.
Energetic.
Greek. Tayo.
This monument grants us additional favor.
Enito.
I do understand. Please?
Greek. UI entayo. UI.
The last thing I want to show you, this is from the level Tug of War from the campaign, where you are fighting for control of the Osiris box. I'm not using walls here because the level doesn't let me, so I'm just using these random buildings, but it ultimately works the same way. Now you still should use walls because they tend to have more resistances and are easier to manage, but because the AI detects obstruction in their normal path, they are now diverted to an alternative path. As you can see here, they normally go through the bottom of the valley, but now they're taking the path on the left side which isn't blocked, and that's where I wanted them to go. I think this is a great example of how pathing is affected for the computer when you build in these places. This is just an interesting little exploit, loophole, whatever you want to call it, that I noticed when playing the game. I think the original version was like this as well, so it's definitely worth utilizing if you're struggling against the AI and want a better chance at winning. Of course, if you think this is unfair or cheap, you can always challenge yourself and not build any walls or build it such that it isn't messing the computer up. Whatever you decide to do, thanks for watching and have fun.